Hi, my name is Rayanne,
And I'm Larise.
and we're working on Chapter 43, Public Administrative Theory and the Separation of Powers by David H. Rosenblum. There are three approaches to public administration. They are legal, political, and managerial.
This approach's origin and values are effectiveness, efficiency, and economy. Effectiveness basically asks the question, what can the government properly and successfully do? If a government agency decides to pursue a vision, what should it do to successfully realize it? Efficiency, how can the government do things with maximum efficiency? What steps would bring the highest success rate in realizing a drafted project? Economy deals with doing these at the least possible cost of money and energy. Organizational structure. Ideal type bureaucracy. Max Weber stressed the importance that each member of the organization should function in a specialized field to work efficiently. Hierarchy. Of course, for the specialized units to work in symbiosis with the organization's goals effectively, a unit head leads and coordinates the workforce. Formalized relationship. Selections are to be made on the basis of merits. Relationships between units and departments should be made through formal business correspondence. View of the individual. The managerial approach sees people in an impersonal view of individuals. The second approach is political. Politicians oversee the laws and make decisions of what public administrators is tasked with the. The political approach's origins and values are representativeness, political responsiveness, and accountability. Representativeness means a government leader represents a group of people. Political responsiveness, their work and responsibilities, basically how they respond. They are held liable for political laws that are created to assist and help the community. Their organizational structure is pluralistic. Instead of having a clear-cut description of who are on top of the hierarchy, it distributes the powers to three branches. All have different pursuits. Power is distributed among the three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. Each of them have authority to check and balance another branch. Friction is inevitable. Unlike the orderly and subjective nature of managerial approach, political approach shows us that friction is inevitable. Since the three branches have authority and are separate from one another, their objectives and goals are different. Thus, heat between them is unavoidable. The political view of the individual does not depersonalize. The political view sees an individual as an important part of a group. During the campaign period, a politician views a person as a possible ally. Thus, every single vote counts. Do it slowly.
The legal approach to public administration. Origins and values of the legal approach. Number 1, administrative law. This fixes the administration and determines of the authorities which execute the law. In other words, they make sure that public administration runs smoothly. Number 2, judicialization. Establishment of procedures designed to protect individuals and safeguard their rights. And number 3, constitutional law. They are thought of as preordained rights that our forefathers believed was essential for humanistic survival. Organizational structure of the legal approach. Preferred structure of legal approach to public action is one that will maximize the use of adversary procedure. It is intended to afford maximum protection of the rights of private parties against illegal, unconstitutional, or discriminatory administrative actions. The legal approach view of the individual. Every person is entitled to a day in court. This means that the adversary procedure is designed to enable an individual to explain his or her unique circumstances to a government. Last but not least, we are going to talk about the separation of powers. It is a system of checks and balances. This prevents abuses or misguided actions by another. At the same time, it also serves as a check system. The separation of powers. This enables the minority to protect itself from the majority's passion. This is seen in our three governmental functions. They are the legislative, executive, and the judicial branch. In essence, all three governmental functions have been collapsed into the administrative branch. For instance, in the legislation, public administrators are those who make the rules. In the executive, they implement the rules, and in the judicial, they judge questions and concerning the application and execution of rules that are created and implemented.